Religious conversions to Christianity have often been driven by the promise of equality. The ingrained caste discrimination in Hinduism has pushed the historically oppressed sections of Dalits to get baptized in churches. However, in Tamil Nadu, the voices against caste-based discrimination in Christianity is growing. Why? Vanakkam. This is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu. Today we shall see how the voice against caste discrimination in Christianity is growing in Tamil Nadu. Very recently, releasing a writer Nivedita Lewis's book Kristuvathil Jadi, Thol Thirumalavan, the Chidambaram MP who heads the Dalit outfit Vidudalai Chiruthakal Katchi, spoke about how Christianity in India has been flexible and largely been influenced by the caste system that's prevailing here. He argued that the roots of casteism has nourished Christianity in India and it does not possess the roots of Christian values as such. This acknowledgement of a deep penetration of caste-based discrimination in Christianity is not new in Tamil Nadu. There have been several literary works that have explored this sensitive topic. Dalit Christian author Bhama's acclaimed work Karukku, published more than 3 decades ago, was a searing indictment of the prevalence of caste-based oppression in the church and its institutions. She exposed the hypocrisies of the church, which had come to be dominated by the upper caste. Much earlier, Father Mark Stephen, who had served as a parish priest in Ongur between 1984 and 1990, had taken to literature to express his anguish over the humiliation meted out to Dalits, which he was a witness to. In his work Suvargal, which is a novel, he highlighted in the novel the need to demolish the walls of tombs that separated Dalit Christians and the upper caste Christians. His other work, Yatirai, Pilgrimage, essentially highlighted how Dalits were denied the rights to participate in church organization and festivals. Outside of the literary world, this demand for equal treatment of Dalits within the church establishment has also been echoed on other platforms. Basically, Hindus who converted to Christianity had refused to shed their caste identity. And therefore, today we find that there are Christian Nadars, Christian Modalias, Christian Yadavas and the Christian Reddiyas. And this prevalence of the dominant caste and the Dalits within a church establishment has led to tensions. A classic example where this caste tensions played out was witnessed in Tachur village in Kanjipuram, where the Arogya Mada church was closed down for about 10 years in the latter half of 1990s following a dispute between the Dalits and the Christian Reddiyas. Eventually, the church was reopened in 2006. Yet, in this village where the Christians had arrived as early as 1836, the dispute and the simmering tensions between the Reddiyas and the Dalits continued even until 2011, when the burial of the bodies of 2 Dalits in the church cemetery led to tensions between the 2 communities and deployment of heavy police force there. The Dalit Christian Liberation Movement of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry had in fact sought an audience with Pope John Paul II ahead of his visit to India in November 1999, essentially to highlight the oppression and persecution of Dalits within the church community. The Tamil Nadu Untouchability Eradication Front had in fact conducted numerous public hearings, including deep down south, to highlight the prevalence of caste-based discrimination within Christianity. It highlighted how this caste-based discrimination actually happens in the form of having separate chapels for the Dalits, cemeteries for Dalits, and also within the parishes, and how Dalits are denied the right to administer churches in many places, although Dalits constitute a majority of Christians in Tamil Nadu. In fact, some years ago, the then chairman of the Tamil Nadu State Minorities Commission, Prakash, had publicly acknowledged the prevalence of such caste-based discrimination in Christianity. However, he said that the government or the commission cannot interfere in this, as it was more or less like a family affair that needs to be resolved within the family organization. The issue of discrimination has even been taken to the courts in Tamil Nadu. In fact, the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court a couple of years ago issued notices to the central and the state governments as well as to the Bishops' Council of Tamil Nadu on a petition seeking adequate representation for Dalits in Roman Catholic churches in Tamil Nadu. In fact, the Vatican is cognizant of this discrimination. Pope John Paul II himself had spoken out against caste-based prejudice in relations between Christians. He had called for customs and traditions that perpetuate or reinforce caste divisions to be sensitively reformed. Politically, Tol Tirumalavan has taken the line that this does not reflect the weakness of Christianity, but it shows the power of caste system that has swallowed Christianity. However, religiously speaking, the right thing for the church would be to walk the talk to ensure that this term, caste Christians, does not become an acceptable word in Christianity. On that note, this is D. Suresh Kumar signing off. I shall meet you in another video. Thank you.